officials assigned to this game have been selected and assigned according to the procedures accepted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Greater Raymond Conference. The referees for tonight's contest are Tim Lewis, Lionel Awkward, and Mark Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and in respect for all who have served our great country to defend our freedoms, you are invited to stand and sing our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Now let's take a look at the starters for tonight's ball game. First for the visiting Oak Hills Highlanders. Starting at guard, 5'1" sophomore, number 2, Gianna Salzado. Starting at guard, 5'1" freshman.
Hello and welcome to the Hawks Nest tonight for a varsity girls basketball game between Lakota East and Oak Hills. I'm Max Earl, this is Camden Braden, and Camden, this should be a good matchup.
Yeah, it really should be a good matchup. East had a really rough start to this season, just losing to a few tough teams outside the GMC, but ever since GMC play has started, they've just really turned it on. They're 5-0 in the GMC, and they've just really dominated every team they've played. No one's really been able to touch them, and they'll be looking to have more of the same of that success tonight.
Yeah, and Oak Hill's not as successful this year so far. They've had their struggles on offense a little bit, which is kind of bad for them this week, as East is very good on defense, and it should limit their point scoring today.
Yeah, and you mentioned how good Lakota East is on defense, rather how bad Oak Hills is on offense. Oak Hills has had 94 turnovers across 6 games this year, the 6 games that they've played. And Lakota East has got a very good backcourt, defensive backcourt, who gets a lot of steals, Fullen, Asher, and Pham all over the place, and they'll definitely be looking to create some of those turnovers tonight and not letting Oak Hills really get their shot.
Yeah, and Oak Hills kind of has not found a key on their offense besides Ava Kammerer, who is their leading scorer, and no one really coming close, and they haven't really been that great from beyond the arc or anywhere really on the field at shooting.
Yeah, and if the Hawks can really start to score and pull away from this game early tonight, you can see them be very successful and put this game away early, much like they did last week against Sycamore. And the first person that they'll be looking for on offense is Brooke Asher, who's had the hot hand as of late. Just been amazing from everywhere on the floor, especially beyond the arc. They'll be looking to get her involved early again tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned it. This should be a very similar matchup to the Sycamore East game, where East was dominant and kept Sycamore to only 15 points, so hopefully a repeat for East.
Yep, as we finish up the introduction here.
And getting ready for the tip-off here.
Interesting look here from the Hawks. They got nobody on Selena's side of the floor.
Yeah, and it looks like it works here. Starting down the court. Brooke Asher from 3 to start it off, and it's good. East will start with a 3-0 lead.
And just like we talked about, Brooke Asher with that hot hand, they're looking to get her involved early. Great job there by her to knock the first one down.
Yeah, and now here comes Oak Hills immediately getting pressure from this defense. They're going to have to get started on offense early if they want to get anything done as they turn it over there. Brooke Asher's got it now going down the court. Looking for someone, deals it over to Pham. Looking, finds Addison Johnson at the top of the key. Brooke Asher tries it from 3 again, and this one is no good. Oak Hills now has another shot. This is Jalea Frey with the ball. She'll dish it out here to Ava Kammerer, their leading scorer. They'll drive inside. And a good steal there by East. And a shooting foul there, and they'll get 2.
And that was just a great job there by the Hawks defense. Like we mentioned earlier, getting pressure on Oak Hills, and Pham able to take it in there and draw the foul. She'll go to the line here early.
Yeah, just an early display there of their great defense they've had so far this year. Pham is 55% from free throws. And her first one is good.
And while we have a moment here while Pham is shooting her free throws, we'd like to point out the keys to the game tonight here for the Hawks. The first one and the top one, as we've seen early, is really pressure is key here for the Hawks. We mentioned Oak Hill's turnover problem. The Hawks are coming out in that press as we're seeing right now. They got to make Oak Hills play fast, play to their style of play, as it looks like they've done so far here tonight early on. Backcourt's got to first force turnovers, which they've also done early on, just really hitting on all those so far. And then last but not least, let Brooke cook, and we're seeing it early here, her hitting an early 3.
Yeah, East really has all the momentum going into this game. And Brooke Asher will dish it out here to Pham. Looking to keep this going. 4 unanswered points so far. As Selena Blunt drives to the basket, and that will be no good.
Good strong move there by Selena. She just couldn't get the friendly roll.
Yeah, and here's Oak Hills on the fast break. Looks like she'll dish it into the middle there. Reap with the ball. She'll find Jalea Frey there, top of the key. And East just strong defense here. Is another turnover there caused. Addison Johnson on the fast break. She goes up and no good there on the layup.
And you want to see Addison Johnson there take that in with her left hand. She tried to scoop it up with her right on the left side, and because of that, it was too strong.
As there's a travel on Oak Hills, as East will get the ball again. You mentioned there Addison Johnson missing that layup, and really this whole East team has not been that great with their field goal percentage. They've been better than Oak Hills, but a little bit of improvement you'd like to see for sure.
Yeah, and that just starts with getting the ball to your playmakers. We've seen Asher and Fold get some touches here, get it inside to Blunt. Just those starts will start falling eventually if you keep getting those good looks.
Good pass there as the ball gets stuck, and it'll be 2 shots for East. The line here, Emma Full, one of those top 3 scorers for East that we talk so much about. She's a good 70% from the free throw line, so really don't want to foul her too much if you're Oak Hills.
And she's definitely someone who East will want to have at the free throw line. Her and Asher have by far been their best free throw shooters this year, as they're going to get the ball out of the rim there. A little bit of applause.
Yeah, and we'll see if Emma Full will sink these 2 shots. She has been very good on offense for East. And the first one will fall, and East will go up now by 5.
A little shooting practice there for Full with how quiet the gym was just now.
Yeah, for sure, and East is doing what they wanted. Early start here, not letting them get anything, as she'll sink the second one too. And sub coming in now, Bailey Bacher.
She'll check in for Caitlin Pham. As the Hawks are coming out in that press again, just been relentless with it to start this game.
Yeah, not let Oak Hills get anywhere. You see it here again. Except this time they leave one open there as Reap has an open basket, and the first points for Oak Hills will fall.
Yeah, and just a little blown coverage there from Lakota East. Didn't really notice Reap back there, and Oak Hills gets their first points of the night.
See if they can recover from that as Brooke Asher goes in. And
looks like that one's going to be on the floor. And the Hawks will inbound.
Brooke Asher will pass it in here As sub
problem, but they've also,
as Selena Blunt there misses her layup, but so much pressure there on Oak Hills.
yeah, Oak Hills has a turnover problem, but they are also not a very good shooting team. And when you're not a good shooting team, you just can't afford to have turnovers, as you're not going to get a lot of looks. As you see the trap there in the corner.
Yeah, East definitely taking advantage here. As Reap will go up again, she'll be fouled, and she will get 2.
Yeah, you just saw Reap looked very passive there going up with the ball, like almost like she didn't want the contact to come, and kind of a little soft touch right there, and it just rolled out.
Yeah, and if you're East, you love to see that. You're definitely playing off these turnovers that Oak Hills has had all year. And they've taken advantage of that early, only giving up 2 points so far. Oak Hills kind of look panicked on offense.
As it looks like there's a problem between the officials and Coach Wallace right now. Not really sure what is going on there. And it looks like we're gonna get a technical on Coach Wallace, and Oak Hills will get some more free throw opportunities.
That's not what you want here, especially early in the game, but let's see what Reap can do. She's about 50% from free throws. And her first one is good.
And Oak Hills is going to be looking to get to the free throw line as much as they can tonight. They're not that they're a great free throw shooting team, but they're obviously not a good shooting team in general from the floor. So most of their points tonight you expect to come from the line.
Yeah, for sure. And when you have a costly miss like that, when you're pretty much given shots, that's not what you want as Oak Hills at all. And when you have that trouble shooting, you're definitely going to get to the line as much as possible. As the first one there is good for Ava Kammerer, who, like we mentioned before, is their leading scorer and really the only one who's emerged on offense this year.
Yeah, and it's great that for Oak Hills that you have that kind of leader as a sophomore, as Kammerer is, and someone who can be your leading scorer for years to come, and someone that Oak Hills can trust, because they also, a lot like Sycamore, they are a very young team. Only 2 seniors on this entire roster.
Yeah, and sometimes you like that, but a lot of times that loss of experience doesn't really translate well on the court. As she'll go up, no foul there. Reap puts it back up, and they're fighting for it. Looks like Oak Hills is going to retain possession here. Shoots it from about the free throw line, and it's good there for Kammerer.
It's a good job there by Kammerer, really coming up with the ball and getting to her spot there. Has nice touch, really high arc on that shot, and it comes down and she swishes it.
Yeah, as Brooke Ashton will take it here at the top of the key. Wanted the 3 there for a second as Selena Blunt gets a screen. She'll dish it out. And Selena Blunt with it again here for 3. And she's got it. And East will take a 10-7 lead here.
And a good job there by Bailey Bacher to really, she had an open 3, decided to pass it up, and ends up getting the assist to Selena Blunt.
Yeah, and that teamwork is something that we've seen from East as of late and really contributes to their momentum that they've had. As more good defense here by East.
And it looks like we're going to get timeout here from the Highlanders.
We'll be right back. Stick with us. And welcome back here to the Hawks Nest. East is up 10-7. Join us back, and Oak Hills has the ball.
And early on here, you've seen just a lot of Oak Hills turnovers. They are last in field goals made and last in field goals attempts ever since the GMC play started. And you're seeing that display here tonight, just not really able to get looks, and you see the look they get there, they missed.
Yeah, and really the thing that's kept Oak Hills in this game early is just that one sequence where they had those 2 fouls. They got four free throws, and that tied it back up for them, but now East took that lead back with a 3. As you see Nyla Richardson with the ball here struggling. East has put so much pressure on him as she drives, and it's no good. Selena Blum with the rebound. Here comes down the court. There's Bacher. And we see Emma Foll with the ball here. She'll dish it out to Parker Straub. Looking for something here. Here's Emma Foll again. Dish it out for two there, and it's good.
And
Sienna Snyder.
And just another great job there by the Hawks on those catch and shoot opportunities. They are second in the GMC in total assists ever since GMC play started, and you're seeing it on display tonight with all the catch and shoot that they've been able to get tonight.
Yeah, they have so much team chemistry on this team, and it's showing here as Oak Hills just cannot get anything going here, and we'll get a jump ball.
Checking into the ball game for the Hawks, number 10, Addison Johnson.
As Addison Johnson will be subbed in.
And we're seeing Bella Sturgill from the first time. She is actually leading the GMC in field goal percentage. It's 66% from the field. And guys, that is not a cherry pick stat. She is on the season 20 for 30.
Yeah, for sure. When she's in there, she will make those shots.
Granted, we do see it at the paint a lot, but if you can have someone who's shooting it that efficiently, you'll take that every time.
For sure, especially as a sub coming in, not even a starter. That's great to have on your team. Always good to have lots of depth as they'll pass it in here. And a block there by Sturgill as she immediately makes an impact on this game.
And a great job there by Sturgill, knowing that she was taller than the 5'1" Jaylee Frey, and just great job there being disciplined with her hands and not going into too much and getting a foul, able to get a block.
Yeah, and here comes Kammerer, who will miss it there. And looks like East will have the ball again. As here's Bacher in open space as she passes one that is tipped, and it will still be East ball on Oak Hill's side of the court.
And we've talked about Kammerer being their leading scorer and the person that they want with the ball, but even she's not a great shooter, really. She just takes most of the attempts here for the Highlanders, and once again, you see it there with that air ball.
Yeah, and that's really been an Achilles heel as no good there on the layup, and Reap will get the rebound. She'll dish it out to Kammerer here. He'll take it up the court. Here's Nyla Richardson now. And Kammerer will drive in, and she's not going to get it there. That's a foul on Oak Hills.
And a good job there by Sturgill, just being at the right spot at the right time and able to take the contact.
Parker Straub will pass it in here.
Pham will check back in here for Bacher.
Not something Oak Hills wants to see there. Pham, a great defender. Oak Hill's not really giving them any room to speak of on offense.
Yeah, Oak Hills has been great with their defensive rotation tonight. And Hawks maybe not scoring as much as they want to, but like we said, just keep looking for open looks and they'll fall.
And Addison Johnson not going to get a foul there on that shot as it's up to Foll, who's going to drive in. No good on the layup. Sturgill will get the rebound. And it will be a foul there on Oak Hills.
And much to the displeasure of this Oak Hills crowd, and Sturgill will go to the free throw line with a chance to add to the Hawks' lead.
Yeah, and Sturgill is 50% here from the free throw line despite her great shooting average on the court. See what she can do here. First shot, it's going to be no good there for Sturgill.
Just couldn't get the friendly bounce right there.
Yeah, and see if she can make the second one here. Definitely don't want to go away with no points on the free throw. And she'll sink the second. And in will come in Brooke Asher. And this is a strong five that they have out on the court right now.
Yeah, you see a very close resemblance to their starting five right now. Just instead of Blunt, it's Bella Sturgill, who's basically, you could call it younger Selena Blunt, just with the size and what she's able to do in the paint.
Yeah, and driving now. Here comes Richardson. And it looks like it's going to be a jump ball. As East will get the ball.
And another turnover here from the Highlanders. I'm really starting to lose track of how many turnovers they've had early. It's been a problem for them all year, and you just knew coming into this game that that was going to be a spot where the Hawks could take advantage of.
Yeah, for sure. And you see with how much pressure East is putting on them when Oak Hills is on offense. As Full's looking there. Addison Johnson will dish out to Sturgill there. 3-point line. She drives in. Pushes it back out. And a travel as Oak Hills will get the ball.
Yeah, it looks like Sturgill was just a little too big on the steps there and thought she ate the contact, but nonetheless, they're going to call it a travel, and Oak Hills will get it back.
Oak Hill's not scored in a while here, and as we're nearing the end of the first, they want to get something going. East might not be scoring as much, but they're not letting anything fall on offense, as it'll be a travel on Richardson, and again, a turnover for Oak Hills.
Yeah, just a great job there by the Hawks, getting the ball back there on that possession quickly, as we're going to see another turnover here from the Highlanders. And they're just really stacking up here in the first quarter. And if you're Oak Hills, it really seems you really should be thankful that you're only down 6 right now with the struggles that they've had on offense.
Yeah, for sure. But they can't just stick with these 7 points for the rest of the game. They got to get something going here. As Full will take it up the court. Taking her time with it as she dishes it out to Brooke Asher. Here's Pham going up the middle. She absorbs the contact. And it will be Oak Hill's ball.
Yeah, and you're just seeing these referees letting them play. Last few possessions, we've seen some instances where we've seen a lot of contact, and it looks like a foul can be called. But they're just not calling the fouls. They're calling the travels. They're calling the out of bounds. And they've made it clear that they're just going to let him play.
Yeah, and here comes Jalea Frey. As again, immediately that East pressure before they even get past that half-court line. And it'll be another turnover for Oak Hills as she loses control of the ball there. And East will retain possession.
Yeah, and just Caitlin Pham making her defensive presence and aggression visible right there, and she's going to get 2 free throws out of it.
Yeah, and if you're Oak Hills, you cannot give up free throws, especially when you're struggling to score yourself. Don't want to give any free baskets away. As the first one for Pham will fall. East has only missed 1 free throw so far.
And the Hawks are an above-average free throw shooting team. We've seen them in games just outside of Asher and Full. We've seen them kind of struggle from the free throw line, but they're getting production at the free throw line from people who are not them, and that's just something you love to see.
Yeah, for sure. When your whole team can score on that free throw line, it's kind of hard for the other team to even do anything against you, especially when they're getting fouled so often. So Oak Hills will pass it in here. Try to do something before the end of this quarter. As it was tipped there.
It's going to be a kickball on Blunt, and that's just one of those accidental kickballs that you see there where Moore just threw it off her foot, and just unfortunate break for the Hawks.
And here comes Kammerer. Immediate pressure, and she'll lose the ball as East will put one up with seconds left, and it'll be no good. That'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Hawks Nest. We start the second quarter here. East with a 15-7 lead here, and I feel like this game is a little bit further apart than the score even shows. Oak Hills has not scored in a long time.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, most of their points tonight have actually come in that sequence where Coach Wallace got the technical and they shot 4 free throws. But other than that, you've just seen great defensive play here from the Hawks tonight. They've been able to force a lot of turnovers as you see them coming out again in that pressure.
Yeah, and we've seen it all game. East just been all up in Oak Hill's face. They haven't been able to do anything on offense as they try to work it around here, but East is just all over them. Nothing there. No room to shoot for Oak Hills at all.
Just once again, great defensive rotation by the Hawks, and they've really executed on their switches tonight and not let Oak Hill's offense beat their man-to-man.
Yeah, a foul there. And Oak Hills, really, turnovers have been a problem all game so far. I feel like every possession we've watched after those first few points they scored has just been a turnover.
Yeah, and you start to feel like if they limit these turnovers, they can actually make this into a very interesting game because the Hawks haven't been necessarily great on offense either.
As Kammerer sinks one there. That's their first score in a long time. Hopefully they use that for their momentum as East drives down full. Here's Straub from 3, and it's not going to fall. Asher has it now, and that one will not go.
And it's going to stay with the Hawks. And just a great job there by Selena taking on 2 or 3 Highlanders right there, getting that offensive rebound and giving the Hawks another chance.
Yeah, if you're Oak Hills, you want those rebounds. Do not want to give the Hawks another chance. As Fold trying to make something happen here. She dishes it back out there to Blunt, who takes the 3, and it's not going to fall, but another rebound.
And one of the ways you're going to see the Hawks generate open shots here in this quarter, and we saw it those first couple possessions, when Fold takes the ball in like that, there's going to be a lot of bodies down by her, obviously, because she's an offensive threat. And naturally, whenever that happens, you're going to have somebody or a few people open up beyond the arc.
Yes, here's Selena Blunt, who's got a bunch of pressure on her, too. Fold will take it from 3, and it will fall as East will be up now 18-9.
And she is absolutely someone who the Hawks need to get in rhythm. They can't just be Asher all the time. Foal has been their secondary scorer this season from shots like that are deep and outside the paint. And just a great job there by her.
Yeah, for sure. And if they can get her involved and Brooke Asher involved, if they can get a big lead here, it's kind of hard to see Oak Hills coming back in this game with their struggles on offense as they drive in. And it will be East ball. As again, another turnover for Oak Hills.
And just a really heads-up play there by Emma Fold, standing in there and taking the charge off the pass.
Yeah, for sure. And East has not been afraid of contact at all here early. They've been all up in Oak Hills' face. As Fold will take it down the court, East will try to get something going here on offense again.
And you talked about them not being afraid of contact. Contact is something, and toughness and all that stuff is stuff that Coach Wallace emphasizes. They do stuff like that at practice, and you see it translating to the game.
As Foal will take another 3, and it will fall. East now up 21-9. Beautiful pass there.
And Foal up to 8 points, the leading scorer for the Hawks tonight. And like we said, with as little involvement as Asher has had since the first possession, we really need to see Emma Foal come alive.
Yeah, and when she hits from beyond the arc, it's scary what this Hawks offense can do as they get a fast break. She bobbles it and she'll lose it again. Oak Hills now has a chance to make something happen on offense as they'll pass it now to Reap, who takes the shot, and it's good. 21-11 now.
And just a good job there by Reap, getting it over the big paw of Selena Blunt and just having a perfect bank off the glass there.
Yes, East works it around and full another 3. This one is no good as Oak Hills gets possession back, but immediate pressure there. And driving now is Oak Hills. Pass it in there to Reap, who somehow keeps it in bounds but loses it. And another turnover there.
And the turnovers just continue to stack up.
And East will have the ball there after a foul. A lot of contact on that possession.
And you just like to see Bailey Bacher be a little bit more careful there, just making sure she knows her surroundings when she's taking it up the court, because she was completely unaware that Oak Hills was coming to take the ball away.
Yeah, and especially on a fast break there, you got to have those points when they're available and got to keep your head on a swivel there. As Faith Chow will pass it in here. As East looks to do something, Reap all over Sturgill there. Sturgill will dish it out, and from 3, it's good there. Pham, not a usual three-point shooter, but that one will fall.
And lately for the Hawks, we've been seeing the driving kicks being useful for them. And once again, you saw it from Fo earlier, and you just see it again there from Sturgill. She drives in and then kicks it out to Pham, who hits the open 3.
Yeah, and pressure all over. Another turnover there, Pham. And looks like East will retain possession there.
And that foul may have been on purpose right there, because Pham had a clean breakaway to the basket.
Yeah, and they've had that a lot. Just three people all over the ball, and they just lose it there, Oak Hills. Pham will dish it in now. Taking their time here. As Pham loses it there for a second, gets it back. And here's Sturgill now, who puts it up, and it's good from under the rim.
And just great footwork down there by Bella Sturgill, able to take on 2 Highlanders right there and just really made it easy for herself.
Yeah, we see it there again. East not scared of that contact. As, again, all over, and there's another turnover.
It's a terrible pass.
Yeah, not sure what Oak Hills was thinking there. Faith Chow has it now, and Pham will try to do something here on offense. East kind of in a rhythm now as Sturgill dishes it out there. Chow takes it from 3. It's not going to fall, and Oak Hills will get the ball back. See if they can actually get it up court this time.
Yeah, and even though that one didn't fall for Faith Chow, those are the looks you're going to want here if you're the Hawks. And if Oak Hills is going to keep giving those up, it's going to turn into a very long night.
Yeah, and another miss there. Addison Johnson catches up to the ball there. And here's Full from 3 again. This one's not going to fall either. Oak Hills will get it here. Immediate pressure as she gets this one up here to Richardson, who has an open basket, and it will not fall.
Right idea there from Richardson, just bad execution on the shot.
And Oak Hills looks like they're finally going to get a shooting foul here and get a shot here at the free throw line.
Yep, and like we've said, Oak Hills, half of their points tonight have come from the free throw line, and great job by the Hawks since early on in that first quarter to keep them away from the stripe.
As the first one here for Frey falls. Frey, another one who is ahead. They're one of their top people on offense, but still not really emerging. And really not a good field goal percentage at all. But from the free throw line, she has been 0 for 2 until now. That was her first make of the year.
Yeah, we talked about the youth of this Oak Hills team and really just them building for the future. Frey is actually a freshman and contributing.
Yeah, always interesting to see freshmen contributing on the varsity team as Oak Hills tries to do something here on offense. Here's Reep. We've seen her in the paint a couple times. She puts it up, and it's blocked there by Selena Blunt.
And Blunt, the leader in the GMC in blocks per game.
As a shooting foul there, and East will get 2 from the line again. Full went up there, had no fear.
And like we mentioned with Selena and the blocks, that's, I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that's the first block we've seen from her tonight. And she's just made an impact every game this season with the blocks.
Yeah, and when you have someone with a big body like that in the paint, it's hard to do anything on offense, as Full's first will fall there. And she is now up to 9 points, leading scorer for East tonight.
Yeah, we've definitely seen Full been sharp tonight, hitting a couple threes and getting to the free throw line as she misses that one, but overall been a good showing.
Yeah, she's definitely been a key factor so far, as Oak Hills will try to do something here on offense, as again, immediate pressure by East, and Reep has it now, trying to do something with it. She'll drive in, and another block by Selena Blunt.
And now we're seeing her defensive presence coming alive. When you have someone who doesn't particularly shoot it from the field well like Oak Hills, you're still going to force them to do that anyway when you have a great rim protector like Selena Blunt.
Yeah, and that just proves why they haven't really driven so far and up till now. And there are 2 possessions in a row. You see it just get rejected at the rim, as that one won't fall either, and East will get the ball back.
Hawks looking to play fast here with Zawila.
And it's up, and it's good there by Zawila. What a shot there.
And just a great job there by Zawila, being under control, not throwing it up, looking for the foul there, finishing and getting the shot.
Yeah, East has played smart so far, as Oak Hills tries to do something with a little bit of a break of their own, but looks like East caught up there again. They've been all over this offense. And we see they're kind of just confused here as Reap has it again. She'll dish it out there to Richardson, who puts it up, and it's not going to fall.
And a great job there by Foal on the box out. That was just technique box out right there, and that's why she was able to get that rebound.
And Oak Hill's intercepting that pass. Strange to see a pass not connect. Seems like every East pass is connected so far. As Reap will drive in, dishes it back out. Putting it up there for three is Freya, and it's not going to fall.
And a great job there by Asher not quitting on the play and getting her hand up.
Yeah, and we see it here. There's struggles as Brooke Asher dishes it in. And it's put up, and it's good from three. Parker Straub.
And that'll warrant an Oak Hills timeout.
Yeah, we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Hawks Nest. This one turning into a little bit of a blowout here. East up 32-12 with 1:20 left in the second quarter.
And we've really seen their offense come alive, but not in really ways you'd expect. Foal has been their leading scorer tonight with 9 points, which is something you do come to expect, but they've really been getting contributions from everybody on the offensive end tonight.
Yeah, and they've kind of worked it around. We've seen some people in who don't usually score who have been putting up those points. And Oak Hills has been doing pretty much the opposite. They have not been making any of their shots, really.
As you see, Hawks coming out in that press again, but with the 20-point lead here, you see them not being as aggressive.
As they almost got another turnover there, and just all over this offense, as looks like it'll be a foul there on East.
Yeah, and Straub just a little too trigger happy with the hands right there. Just reaching in. Whenever Oak Hill stops showing the ball, or just in general, you want to make sure that you get your hands out of there because the refs are going to call that every time.
Yeah, and East's been pretty good on fouls, though, on offense, as Oak Hills hasn't even really gotten a chance to get in the paint, as that one's tipped again, and we see that pressure some more. And there, another foul. That one will be East ball, and a costly turnover again by Oak Hills.
And a great job there just by Zawila getting in there and disrupting the play. Not really sure what Oak Hills was doing there, having two people in the same spot, but ends up paying off for the Hawks.
And when you get down to this kind of a deficit here early, you kind of start to do things you probably shouldn't be doing, as that one won't fall for East. And on the fast break here, just so much pressure, and she'll lose the ball as Asher will get it. Asher coming down the court fast now. She'll give it to Blunt. Blunt puts it up, and it's good. East will extend their lead here to 22.
And just a great job there by Asher when she's coming up with it in the court, just making the selfless play, knowing Blunt had a clear pass to the basket and making that great pass.
And when you're down by this much, it's hard to keep your head up here for Oak Hills, which they're going to have to do if they want to get back in this game. About 16 seconds left here in the first half as they'll dish it out, trying to get something open. Nothing working here.
See, Foal went for the steal right there and just used a little too much body.
Yeah, we've seen so much aggressive defense from East here, and it's been working.
As you'd expect right here, Oak Hills to hold for the last shot with 9 seconds left. And it looks like they're going to bring in their offensive personnel.
Yeah, and see if they can get anything going here before the half. They haven't scored much at all, and just to get some points before half, maybe use that as a little bit of a momentum boost. It's kind of hard to come by when you're down by this much as they drive in, and it's not going to fall. East will get the ball. Clock ticking down.
Fam's got to put it up. Won't get it off in time, and that is the half.
That'll do it for our first half. We'll be back for the second half. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. We'll see you soon. And welcome back here to the second half of this East versus Oak Hills varsity girls basketball game. This one is kind of a blowout here, 34-12. Oak Hill's been turning the ball over all game, and with a team that has first and steals in the GMC like East, that's not what you want to do at all.
Yeah, and that's definitely been the key of the game right here for both teams. Hawks able to get a lot of steals and transition opportunities, and the Highlanders really just can't get a shot up. And like we mentioned earlier, whenever you have a team that doesn't particularly shoot it well, a lot of turnovers is the last thing you need.
Yeah, for sure. And East's going to try to keep building on this lead. Oak Hill's going to try to get anything going. They have a 22-point deficit here. And East will get things started here on offense, as Selena Blunt has at the top of the key. And it'll be a foul. Number 24, East will keep the ball.
Yeah, and those ticky-tacky fouls have been something we haven't seen a lot tonight, but you see it right there on the first possession of the second half.
Yeah, the refs have kind of let them play throughout this game. Haven't been too picky on the contact. There's been a lot of contact here from East's defense, not letting Oak Hills get anything done. As East tries to do something here, as Blunt drives in, and it will be good. East will start the game with the second half with a made basket.
And a great job there by Selena Blunt just taking it in and getting that layup. You've seen a lot of driving kicks, and Oak Hill staying disciplined right there, playing their man-to-man defense. And Selena one-on-one, a girl who's taller than her, is going to take that every time.
Yeah, and we see here they're a little bit laid back, more laid back here on the pressure. They were all up in Oak Hill's face at the beginning of the game as Full tries to put some pressure.
And with this 24-point lead, you will see them lay off that pressure. They're just going to be looking to speed this game up.
Yeah, and we shouldn't see them hurry too much on offense either. As here's Addison Johnson, and it looks like she stepped out there.
Yeah, Johnson just stepped on the line right there. Really unfortunate because it looked like Pham was going to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, unfortunate there. We haven't seen that a lot from East, though. They've been pretty good, not making stupid mistakes here in the first half. Oak Hills is a completely different story.
Yeah, and those results are showing on the scoreboard right now.
As Oak Hills tries to get something done here on offense.
As you see, Reap was calling for it there. She was wide open down at the bottom.
Yeah, and a missed look like that's not something you want, especially down by this much. Try to get anything to keep your momentum going as they drive here, put it up. And a foul here. They'll get 2 shots. Haven't had a lot of free throws in the first half.
Yeah, and like I've mentioned a few times before, the Oak Hills Highlanders points have really come from the free throw line, and that's basically all the production they've been able to get. If you're the Hawks, you really don't want to send them to the free throw line, as they haven't been able to do anything otherwise.
Yeah, and it slows down this game that East just kind of wants to be over. Kammerer is their leading scorer on the season. Hasn't done too much today. Nobody really on Oak Hill's offense has done much today. As her second shot will be good. 36-14 now.
Yeah, and even with their leading scorer in Kammerer, like just based off those 2 free throws, she has no rotation on her shot.
Yeah, and it seems like this Oak Hills offense just didn't get off to a fast start, and it just kind of fell apart from there as they couldn't even get it on the other side of the court. Here as Asher lost it there. It'll be a travel. Trying to do too much there on the layup.
Yeah, and she was thinking of taking the 3 there, but with this lead, ultimately decided to drive it in and takes it in and just double clutches it, and they're going to call that every time.
Yeah, and if it was early on in the game, we would probably be making a much bigger deal about that, but at this point, it doesn't really matter as Oak Hills will get the ball here, try to do something on offense.
East back in that press.
Yeah, not letting them even get on the other side of the court. Surprising to see when they're up by this much. Seems like there's 3 people on the ball at all times.
Yeah, and it's just like, if it's not broken, then don't fix it here for the Hawks. You saw the first possession of the half for the Highlanders.
As Reap's layup is no good, and East will get a little bit of a break here as Asher drives down. Here's Selena Blunt in the paint.
And that one's going to be on the floor.
Unfortunate.
But like we talked about, the first possession here, the second half for the Highlanders, when the Hawks weren't applying that pressure, they were able to get to the free throw stripe. And it doesn't really look like the Highlanders want to play fast, as you see them start to panic whenever the Hawks are pressing them. And it's led to a lot of turnovers and just smoke shots in the paint, as we saw there on that last possession.
Yeah, and East being number 1 with steals, when you have 3 of those great defenders on offense, that's Brooke Asher's 3 will fall there, extending East's lead now, 39-14.
And with just how much of a contribution everyone else has made tonight, you start to forget about Brooke Asher a little bit. You just got to remember that she's obviously their best three-point shooter. And big mistake there by Oak Hills leaving her open.
Yeah, as the Oak Hills three will fall here, that will be number 24, Riley Philpott, who has not been involved much early. And East will try to get something as they tip, as Oak Hills will get a tip. East will retain possession. And East just continues to dominate Oak Hills on both sides of the court, really. Oak Hills not been able to do anything on offense or defense. So here's East looking for something. Here's Selena Blunt. Trying to get something. Selena's got it now in the middle. Thought maybe a three there from Full. And a very good passing there by East. Selena Blunt will get the rebound.
Great job there by Blunt on the rebound. You saw them blitz Asher at the top that last sequence, and they were just able to work it around for an open shot, just couldn't get it to fall.
And East running a lot of clock right now. This is exactly what they want on offense as they continue to pass the ball.
And they'll just look for that open shot all day right now.
Yeah,
they're in no hurry.
There's Selena, and it will fall there for Selena Blunt. 41-17 now.
And just a great job there by Blunt using her size and being able to go in there and go up strong with the ball. And with that wingspan that she has, no one's going to be able to block her.
Yeah, and on the other hand, she's leading the GMC in blocks. So Oak Hill's not really been able to do anything in the paint as they'll turn it over again. East will get a chance here on offense as Addison Johnson takes the shot. It's not going to fall.
Oh, ill-advised pass there from Bacher. And that was just a great job there by Asher with the hands, making sure that she didn't get that reach and foul and saving the ball from going out of bounds.
Yeah, and in will come Sturgill, who is leading the GMC in field goal percentage. We should see a lot of bench subs here with East up by this much. And Oak Hill's going to try to get something going here on offense. Here's Nyla Richardson. Hasn't really done anything in this first half. She'll try to find something on offense as it's like Camera in the paint wanted the ball, didn't get it. As Reap tries to drive in here, she'll lose the ball, and it'll be East. Ball, another turnover.
And you see maybe just a little fatigue playing in here for the Highlanders when you got a deficit like this, just careless dribble there off her own foot.
Yeah, it's hard to be doing the same thing over and over again when it's not working, and it seems like we see a carbon copy of the same drive over and over for Oak Hills whenever they're on offense. As East will take their time here, no rush at all. As Full now finds Straub. East kind of been in control on offense as driving in there, she'll get two shots.
Yeah, and just a great job there by Bacher taking the open lane and driving in with her left hand and being able to draw the contact, and she'll go to the free throw line with a chance to extend the lead.
Yeah, and Oak Hills, if they wanted to do anything in the second half, had to come out fast, and they've kind of done the opposite. They've kind of let East just continue their giant lead that they have. As Bacher's first shot will fall.
Friendly bounce there for Bacher, and just you see that shooter's touch coming in.
Yeah, and East been very good from the free throw line today. Something they've struggled a little bit at outside of their top score, but both will fall there for Bacher, and Oak Hills is even more behind now.
Yeah, 26-point deficit, obviously not ideal in any game.
Yeah, and as Camera drives in, her layup will not be good. Good defense there by East.
Sturgill was up ahead of everybody there, but Zawila wasn't really looking up. And we're going to get an offensive foul. Not sure who that'll be on. Looks like it's on Sturgill.
Yeah. And not something we've seen a lot of. I don't think we've had any offensive fouls for East, really. Maybe a travel by Brooke Asher there in the first half, but Oak Hill's just been outplayed on every part of the court tonight. They'll try to do anything here.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, you see it in the scoreboard. As you see them again in that press, and
Sturgill uses her big frame to knock that one away. As East will try to do something here on offense again. They've been great passing the ball. I think we've only seen one turnover while they've been passing it. As they'll give it to Sturgill in the paint, who puts it up, and it's good.
Sturgill just a great job there using her body and going up strong. You can tell that she's definitely been learning from Selena Blunt as the season goes on, as you see just her doing more things with her body and really learning how to utilize it. It's really been a great thing to see as this season's gone on.
Yeah, and you see there why her field goal percentage is so high. She's so good at making those layups in the paint as Oak Hills puts one up that's no good from beyond the arc. And East continues this pressure on defense as another turnover for Oak Hills, and East will get possession again.
Yeah, and just we've seen a few very bad passes here tonight from the Highlanders.
Yeah, and when you're down by this much, you start to get in your own head. You might make a couple of decisions you wouldn't make, or you might even see a couple of players that aren't really there. So East will have the ball again. Brooke Asher will take it up the court. Just really slow paced here as East tries to run out the rest of this game. Up by so much, might even try a couple new things for next week as a turnover there, a rare one for East as Oak Hills will get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a turnover you freak out at the beginning of the game, but if you're the Hawks, it's just kind of a next play mentality at this point.
Yeah, and almost intercepted there on the pass. Just East has been so fast on defense today as there is Nyla Richardson's first points of the game.
And that's just something we haven't seen enough from the Highlanders tonight, just the ability by Richardson there to create her own shot.
Yeah, and she is someone on offense that started most of the season, and she is kind of a key and a leader on this team, but she has not been getting going as an and one there for Parker Straub and East. Not what you want if you're Oak Hills at all.
And like we've seen from the Hawks tonight, like we've touched on before, just finishing through that contact, we have seen them go up very strong in the paint. And because of that, they've been able to draw some fouls and even some and-one opportunities.
Yeah, and this is good here. They'll sub in a couple people who aren't usually in, and if you're East or even Oak Hills at this point, you use this as a game to learn from for the next games to come. East will use this as momentum as the month of December has been kind to them as they've been 5-1 through the month of December.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, 5-0 in the GMC. They have just absolutely rolled everyone that they've played. We saw them do it to Sycamore last week. We know how that game went, just absolute blowout win. They blew out Middletown too, and we're just seeing more of the same tonight.
Yeah, and this game just been dominant. It seemed like Oak Hills might put up a fight at the beginning, but after that little sequence where they had it tied, East has just kept the lead and ran with it the rest of the game. And looks like Parker Straub will dish it in here for East. Oak Hills will try to keep their heads up.
As the Highlanders have really not gotten out of that man-to-man this game, which you kind of like to see them try something new, but they don't want any chance here for the Hawks shooters to get open shots.
Yeah, and we've seen it, especially in full today. When she gets open from three, she's electric as Parker Straub will sink one there. She's had a good start to the second half.
And Straub's also one of those who we haven't really seen shoot it that much, especially from beyond the arc. And like we mentioned, Oak Hills in that man-to-man to prevent the three-point shot, but they're able to get an open look anyway, and it's just been that kind of night for the Hawks.
Yeah, when you're up by this much, you're not scared to take those shots, and it's good for future games when you know what you can and can't do. Parker Straub showing what she can do from beyond the arc there. Oak Hills will have the ball here on offense. Try to get anything going. Here's Solzano with the ball. Immediately three people up in her face. As from three here, it's not going to fall.
Yeah, and I don't think that three-person blitz was intentional there for the Hawks, as you're just going to leave too many people open if you do that, but doesn't really affect the Hawks negatively as you see the air ball there.
Yeah, and the Hawks have done a great job all day of just panicking Oak Hills. They don't really know what to do when there's so much pressure, and they have a hard time moving the ball around once they kind of get trapped. We've seen that trap a lot today.
And Blunt's going to check back in, and there goes all of Oak Hills' opportunities in the paint.
Yeah. Reap kind of been the only one to do anything in the paint. She's been blocked a couple times. Oak Hills just really hasn't found themselves on offense today, or really all season. They kind of have the same offense as Sycamore, and try to get it out to Reap here. Oh, and a fast break here for Pham as she will get it.
Just a really athletic play there by Caitlin Pham, knowing that the pass was going to come, reading her eyes, and just jumping in there for the steal and the easy transition bucket.
Yeah, and so many turnovers from Oak Hills today. Not something that you're surprised to see here, as Oak Hills puts up a three that's not even going to be close that time. And that will do it for the third quarter. We will be back in just a second. Welcome back to the Hawks Nest here. We've got a little bit of a blowout, 53-19 for the Lakota East Thunderhawks. And pretty much been dominant all game.
And while we have a moment here, we'd like to invite you to like and subscribe, as about 80% of our viewers are not subscribed. And we'd also like to thank Butler Tech. We'd like to thank the Lakota East Athletic Boosters and the Lakota East Spark.
For sure, as here's East on offense. They don't have much to worry about here at this point. They have a sizable lead. Maybe try some new things out, see if they work, as Blunt will get a double dribble there.
Yeah, just not the way you want to start the fourth quarter there if you're the Hawks. I wonder when we're going to see the running clock come into effect here, as we saw against Sycamore. Maybe it's 35, as they've got a 34-point lead right now, so
yeah.
We'll see after the Hawks' next bucket, as that's going to be a foul.
And again, we've seen Oak Hills turn the ball over way too much this game. It seems every possession they have the ball, they lose it. And it's kind of a reason we see this deficit. They haven't even gotten really any chances to shoot the ball. East has been playing super aggressive defense, which has worked. See it there again.
And just a fantastic job by the Hawks tonight, really forcing those turnovers. For as aggressive as they are, you have seen some of their players get into foul trouble. We haven't seen that same foul trouble tonight.
Yeah, only a couple fouls to even speak of, and it's not like East hasn't been afraid of contact. They've been all over this Oak Hills team. As Oak Hills tries to do something here on offense, they've kind of just been outplayed in every aspect today. Try to get anything positive to look at on film.
As the Highlanders just can't buy a good look right now.
Reek with the ball. It's just everything is contested right now, as Oak Hills will keep the ball again.
Yeah, another foul there from Pham. As while we have a moment here, we'd like to look at the GMC standings right now, and you see the dominance from the Lakota East Thunderhawks this year. Really, I'm not sure what day that matchup with Princeton is, but it should be a fun one, as they also are undefeated. And just like we mentioned earlier, Oak Hills has not been as good, but Lakota East, just ever since GMC play has started, they have been rolling.
Yeah, really pretty much unstoppable. Their defense really just has led them. They haven't allowed any team to score more than 40 points in the GMCs. And the last 3 weeks, they've won by over 20. And when you have that kind of momentum, it's hard to lose games, as Selena Blunt sinks one there. And East takes a 55-19 lead here.
And just another great job there by Blunt using her body. We have just seen her copy and paste that same move all season, and no one has been able to stop it.
Yeah, as Oak Hills tries to move it around here. They've had some passing troubles, a lot of turnovers, and missed opportunities and bad passes that we've seen in the first half that have kind of continued here as they try to find any open look, but it seems like everything is covered right now. Good defense here by East. And here is Frey with the ball. She'll dish it out there as it's blocked there by Selena Blunt. Another block. We've seen 3 from her tonight. As Pham has an open look, she's driving, and it will be good.
And just a great job there by Pham and the Hawks in transition, just able to get ahead of Oak Hills, kind of caught them off guard and is able to get another easy bucket.
Yeah, and East kind of has just rolled over their defense here as looks like Camera lost her balance there. A drive there, and it will be good. Rare Oak Hills points here in the second half as Ava Moore gets her first of the game. And East will just kind of try to run some clock here on offense. Not sure if we have a running clock yet, but they'll just kind of let it run here on offense, pass it around, run this game out.
Yeah, and if it is 35 points, then they should be at a running clock right now as Asher, haven't seen much of her tonight, but whenever she has shot the ball, it's obviously been efficient as always.
Yeah, and they haven't really needed her tonight. They've kind of just won this game defensively, getting the ball after every Oak Hills possession, not letting them score. So we see it there again, a little double team. And Ava Moore will not sink that one. She does get the ball back. Never mind. Selena Blunt will steal it there. Brooke Asher coming down the court now. He's been dominant on offense. Good passing. Kind of everything you want out of this East team. As we see them work it around some more. And Asher will drive, and it will fall. 2 more for Asher.
Fantastic job there by Asher. Just taking on basically the entire Oak Hills team in the paint. We're going to get a timeout.
Yeah, we've seen some impressive contact shots today. We'll take a timeout. Welcome back to the Hawks Nest here. As East has this dominant lead, we'll take a look at the keys of the game.
Yeah, and Oak Hills has just, really fallen for these keys to the game. Pressure is key. That has been the story of the game all night. Make Oak Hills play fast. The Hawks have made Oak Hills play to their style tonight, and it's really shell-shocked the Highlanders. The backcourt has forced a lot of turnovers. We've seen Asher get a few. We've obviously seen Pham get a lot, as she always does. And really the only one we haven't seen is the Let Brooke cook. She just hasn't really made too many contributions tonight on the offensive end, but the Hawks haven't really needed it. As we get down the stretch here in just GMC plays, you see them play harder games and we get to the playoffs, they're going to need the rest of this team to come alive, and very promising flash of that tonight.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of people who aren't usually scorers.
What a move by Johnson.
Yeah, that was very impressive there. We've seen that a lot today. Not afraid of contact, and, East just getting points after points as they continue to run away from this one.
I'm not really sure who Murphy was passing it to there, but just right there into no man's land, out of bounds.
Yeah, at this point, Oak Hills may be seeing ghosts. I mean, they are up here. They're down here by over 30 points and over 40 points. It's kind of hard to keep your head up when you're down by this much. Try to take some keys away from this game, learn for the rest of the season. As East moves it around, got a completely new starting 5 from that we saw in the third quarter. Passing here, try to find an open look as she will drive it. She will score. Zamia.
And just a great job there by Zawila on the little hesitation there, able to get Oak Hills to bite and just clear path there to the paint to use the bank.
Yeah, and we see more pressure there. A swat there by Zawia, but will not be a turnover. Oak Hills tries to get, and there is the turnover.
And just another ill-advised pass there from the Highlanders. Just threw it right into Zawila there as Johnson.
Good job there by East capitalizing on that turnover. Pretty much the story of the game there. We see it again and again. Pretty much come to expect these turnovers. As Kammerer hasn't done much at all today. She is their leading scorer, but like we've said before, kind of been shut down as in drives Richardson, but she won't get it to fall, and East will get the ball again.
You see,
As
Hawks playing pretty fast here is full. It's going to turn it over. Rare turnover there for the Hawks.
Yeah, not too much to worry about, though, here when you're up by as much as you are. As Faith Chow comes in, we continue to see East try to use everyone on their lineup. So far, everyone for East has played good. And a violation there. East will get the ball.
Yeah, not really sure what happened there, but nonetheless, Hawks will get possession back. Just another running clock game, and this has just been a masterful performance here for the Hawks, and just really a great job by everyone tonight.
Yeah, really impressive to see their teamwork. It seems like this team has incredible chemistry. As a rare turnover again, maybe a little bit of a bad pass there. Oak Hills try to do something as East putting good pressure here. Oak Hills seems kind of afraid of the paint there as they put it up for three. It's not going to fall. And East will get the rebound. Here comes Addison Johnson now on the break. Richardson caught up to her, but here's Sturgis. And it will be a foul.
Yeah, just a good job there by Hawks in transition, and especially Bella Sturgill there. Just not really forcing a bad shot, just kind of keeping it, looking for the pass, and in the process draws a foul.
Yeah, and Sturgill, when she's been in, she's been good. Both of those big players on East have played great. As Sturgill sinks another one, she will continue to improve her percentage from the field goal.
And like we've said, her and Selena have very similar play styles there down the paint. We've seen Bella Sturgill copy and paste a lot of her moves too, and it's just, again, no one's been able to stop it.
As we near the end of this game, 10 seconds remain.
Expect to see the Hawks dribble it out here.
It's tipped there.
And that'll draw a finish to this one.
Won't matter. We thank you for watching this one. Please remember, like and subscribe. We want to thank all of our partners, Spark and Butler Tech. I'm Max Earl. This has been Camden Braden. We'll see you next time.